Hello, we're going to make a video to show you how to make vegan soda bread.
Yes.
This is Calvin. I didn't know that you could make vegan buttermilk till lockdown, and when I found out that you can, I think it was in a pancake recipe that I read, and when I found out that you could make it, I was really excited because I really miss making soda bread. So, in all things baking, I always trust Paul Hollywood. So I'm going to veganise one of his recipes and I'll show you what we're going to use. Hold on. Hollywood uses a very short ingredient list. He just uses flour, bicarb, salt and buttermilk. But because we don't have any buttermilk, we've got two ingredients instead. We've got our oat milk and lemon. And I'm going to use half plain and half wholemeal flour because that's what I like, but you could use half plain. You could use all plain flour, that would be good too. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is make our buttermilk. So I've got my oat milk here. I have used Oatly before and that works well. I haven't used this brand before, but I think it will work fine because it has got some fat in it. So this is my second change to Paul Hollywood's recipe. He uses 400 millilitres of buttermilk. I'm going to use about 350 millilitres of oat milk because if I use the full amount, I find I've always got some left at the end, which I don't need. Otherwise my bread is going to get too sloppy. And I think that's just because the soured milk, Cal, can you stop that please, is just runnier than buttermilk. It's not quite as thick. Would you mind helping me by squeezing those lemons into the jug? Could you do that? There we go. So squeeze as much lemon juice in as you can. That's it.
And let's do the second one.
Yep. Is that it? Can you get any more? Give it a really good hard squeeze. Well, oh, there goes the lemon pip. Never mind, we'll get that out later. Now do the second one. That's perfect.
I wish I put some oven gloves on before I started this.
Well, we don't usually wear oven gloves to squeeze lemons, darling.
It's just getting my hands really wet and juicy. Oh, actually, that's quite good. I can see some lemon juice for later.
Okay, is that everything squeezed in? Do you think you've got it all?
I think that'll be a hard squeeze.
Oh, and then we're going to leave that for a few minutes so that the lemon juice does its magic and the buttermilk, pretend buttermilk that we've made, is going to thicken up a bit. Okay. We've weighed out our 500 grams of flour into a bowl. So we've gone for 250 grams of plain and 250 grams of wholemeal. And a teaspoon of salt. Watch out, darling. Oh, and Alice here is giving it a really nice stir for me, aren't you, darling?
Yeah.
And when we stirred those together, it's going to be time to add the buttermilk, isn't it? What do you reckon? Are they nearly stirred together?
All stirred together.
All stirred together. Okay. Time for the buttermilk to go in. I'm not going to add all of it. I'm going to add most of it. And then that was just to catch, Siv was just to catch any lemon pips that might have made it into the buttermilk mixture. Okay, I'm going to give that a really good stir. See how that comes together and decide whether to put any more of the buttermilk in. I think we do need a bit more. Although, frankly, it's quite hard to stir it properly with one hand while I'm holding the iPad in the other hand. Right, the dough's ready. It's on the baking tray on some parchment, and I've made the traditional cross-shaped cut quite deep down into it, not right to the bottom. So now it's ready to go into the oven at 200 degrees for about half an hour. Okay, the bread's out of the oven. In the end, I tested it at 30 minutes and decided it needed a few more minutes to give it more of a hollow sound when I knocked it. It looks done now, it looks very craggy.